made it all the way here, you creeping little...
Actually, you know what? Let's come up with a new one. You know, one that's not fire-based.
My lord, and as a reward for my service, he has granted me his fate. You are not... But if you won't bow...
Let's see. We're in a better position now.
Mercy!
The Master Sorcerer throws up his pocked, cracked arms to defend himself as you step forward. The undead dwarf looks quickly over its shoulder, his gaze darting from shadow to...
Of course! Of course! Anything! Just name it! What? Source?
The skeleton slowly lowers his arms, staring at you in disbelief.
Of course! You're God-woken! And I worried we could not find common ground. Yes, if you swear you won't banish me to the afterlife. Am I not? How many others have survived the Magister's witch hunt?
The skull before you curls into a maggot-eating...
No, you need me. So I teach you and you spare me. Do we have an accord? Praise be. Very well, Godwoken. Listen, source and void, day and night, love and hate. One is meaning. To grow your source, to achieve your potential, you must embrace...
The grinning skeleton reaches into the folds of his robes and pulls out a small black mass. It's covered in veins and oozing.
Here, Godwoken. Take a bite. The finest meal you'll find in this cave. The heart of a void woke.
Your god stirs, pushing you to eat it. Do not fear, a voice whispers. Do what must be done.
Perhaps not the most appetizing thing around, but if you truly want to channel more source...
The skeleton extends his arm, jiggling the heart towards you. A glob of dark yellow pus oozes through the bones of his palm and drip. The thick pus explodes into your mouth, coating the back of your throat. You can feel it. You start to retch, your body struggling to reject this intruder. But your teeth clamp down hard on the fibrous, gritty deep within you. You feel something change. Your soul opens up, and you feel it swell as new channels for source start to... You swallow all you can, and despite the meat in your stomach, you feel a new space inside you.
There, I held up my end of the bargain. I did as you asked, and now I'm getting as far from this cave as my bones will take me.
Mordus looks at you in alarm.
God's graves, please be quick. I had no choice. They wanted to destroy the death fog. They haul barrels of the greatest weapons in the world off a ship and then decide to throw them in the ocean. We couldn't let it happen. We needed it. So the power gifted to me. The power of Mordecane. The power to bend the... It was a gift from... It was a gift. Ah! The Queen! She saw what Death Fog did to the Black Ring. She saw it destroy the Elven Forest. She said the dwarves needed power like... And he told me to make sure she got it. He told me to ensure they got to... Arcs. The barrels were going to... I can't. He'll hear. He'll know. He'll find me. He'll come. You can't help. No one can help. If he makes up his mind, nothing can...
Mordus takes a step back, looking about in half-crazed panic.
I can't. I can't. Not now. It's too late. It's all too late.
The dwarf sets his jaw and firmly refuses to speak until you ask him something else.
What? No,
You grab the dwarf's old, brittle arm and follow through with your knee. There's a dry snapping sound as the crumbling bone cracks and gives way.
Ah! No! Stop!
You relent, and the dwarf stumbles back, cradling his fractured arm and whimpering.
It's him! The one the seven reject.
The dwarf is interrupted by another crack. You see his femur has developed a break. The fracture spreads, shearing the bone in two. Mordus stumbles. He looks up, and you see that his jaw is cracked, broken, and falling to pieces. Fissures are starting to run across his skull, and his ribs start to snap and fall one by one. No enemy presents themselves, but Mordus reaches out to you, his quivering hand desperately grasping for help. Before you can react, his arm snaps. You hear the tiniest whimper from the skeleton before his face caves in, as if smashed with an invisible mace, and the body lies still and silent.
I've never felt so alive.
You feel newfound powers of the Source course wildly through your body. Deep inside your soul, your god calls for you. It would be wise to meet with your god again by performing the Meister's ritual, here or in Siva's vault. The thought of Deathfog gives you pause. A weapon like that should give everyone pause.
I've seen this. Seen Deathfog in action. Such horror has no place in this world.
This scourge, this destroyer of my people should be wiped from the face.
The ghost turns to you. Her finger urgently. Your hands merge together. A cart contains many barrels more, recovered from a wrecked ship. But somewhere, in the hum of what, you lift up the Deathfog, and, fighting against every step, you walk back to the cart. You pass a dwarf, struggling against the one by one. The barrels are loaded again, and the cart...
Let's see. Level there.
The ghost stares down at his broken, twisted body, a look of glum resignation on his...
It ain't a pretty way, it, mind you. Could be a damn sight better than whatever Lohar would have done if he'd got his hands on it. Mind control or no, he'll be livid when he finds out what we...
Now we don't want to go down there just yet. That's for the next video.